India is by far the world's largest recipient of remittances. According to the World Bank, the country received $87 billion in 2021, showing a growth of 4.6%. China and Mexico come next with $53 billion remittances each. India's overall inward remittances remained resilient even during the pandemic, but of late, there has been a big shift. An RBI article citing the results of a survey by the central bank said the share of remittances for the Gulf Cooperation Council or GCC region in India's inward remittances is estimated to have declined from more than 50% in 2016-17 to about 30% in 2020-21. Amid steady migration of skilled workers, advanced economies, particularly the US, the UK, and Singapore, emerged as big sources of remittances, accounting for 36% of total remittances in 2020-21. The US surpassed the UAE as the top source country, accounting for 23% of total remittances. World Bank too, in its recent report, said that economic recovery in the US was one of the important drivers of India's remittances growth. The decline in remittances from the Gulf countries was due to several reasons. Migration from India to the GCC countries slowed in the last 5 years due to economic slowdown. Then the sluggish oil prices, stricter labor laws, introduction of nationalization policy, higher work permit renewal fees, and taxes played a role. The share of Kerala, Tamil Nadu, and Karnataka, which had strong dominance in the GCC region and were big remittance contributors, has almost halved in 2020-21. They now account for just 25% of total remittances since 2016-17, while Maharashtra has emerged as the top recipient state, surpassing Kerala. The authors of the RBI article argued that the compositional shift in India's migration towards advanced economies, notably the US, the UK, Canada, and South Africa, dominated by high-skilled white-collar workers, augurs well for total remittance inflows.
This results reinforcing the finding which we brought out a year back, because half of the Gulf countries, people who returned by Vande Bharat flight, have not paid salaries. The second trend is that it is also gives an indicative of the success of immigration policies in the Gulf countries. They are talking about nationalization, like son of the soil, like Maharashtra is for Maharashtrians. We talk here. They also talk. Am I right? So I think that is being reasonably successful. I think COVID came as an opportunity to implement it much more sharply. So for those people in the Gulf, COVID is a big opportunity to get rid of people. Many people told me, sir, I came on leave. That's it. My job is gone. So we should not put all our people in the Gulf. We should move people to all the remaining 180 countries in the world. 1.4 million people came to Kerala out of 2.1 million people in the Gulf. 2/3 have returned. Then money has to come down. Am I right? It is a Kerala example, which I am more familiar. Now, how many people who returned, remigrated? That question is still unanswered. It's like a myth. I think some people are migrating. I'm seeing that. What we need is a large-scale migration survey. My understanding is that after COVID, migration is going to accelerate. So I was telling to the World Bank, remittances will increase. And also quality of migrants also going up in India. Not like 1970s, people went with the 8th standard fail and pass.
The decline in the number of foreign workers in GCC is a worrisome trend. Rich Gulf countries, which are trying to diversify away from oil revenue, are favoring their citizens instead of migrants. The World Bank says GCC countries will require more skilled workers, and demand for low-skilled foreign workers will come down in the future. The slow pace of visa and work permit issuance by GCC countries has also become a hurdle to out-migration. The World Bank projects remittances to India to grow 3% in 2022 to $89.6 billion, reflecting a drop in overall migrant stock as a large proportion of returnees from the GCC countries await return. India should begin investing in training its workforce for more skilled jobs in the GCC countries. The pandemic has merely accelerated the change in the underlying dynamics of remittances flow.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.
सब अच्छी दिख रही हैं यार, कौन सी खरीदूं?
ये तो वही बात हुई, 4000 शेयर्स लिस्टेड है, कौन सा लूं?
वो तो सबसे आसान है।
तुझे 5 पैसा नहीं पता?
अब तो सबको पता है। 5 पैसा पर है 4000 स्टॉक्स की रिसर्च, टेक्निकल टूल्स और इन्वेस्टमेंट आइडियाज। डाउनलोड 5 पैसा नाउ।
अब तो सबको पता है, investing made easy and rewarding with 5 paisa. Investments in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.